Okay. Okay, I don't know what that's about, but I am back in the design space while it's opening up. So the design space is opening up. So we're going to go, if you are using Cricut Design Space, we're going to go to a new project. Click on new project at the very top. It's going to open up your design space. Once your design space is open, you're going to go to upload. Once you go to upload, you're going to click on upload image. Then you're going to go to browse. And wherever you saved your downloaded images, that's where you will retrieve them and pull them up into the design space. So I save my things to desktop because when I'm working on a project, it's just that much easier to find right off the bat. So I just automatically save it to my desktop. So I'm going to pull up, I'm going to close this out. That was Miss Piggy that I worked on yesterday. So I'm going to go to my desktop, look for the Raiders stickers. I found it. I'm going to click on the image that I want to pull in first, which is going to be the first one. So we'll just upload it. And then we're going to hit continue. Then when you get to this space, I always go to remove background to just verify that everything is removed. So we're going to go to remove background. It's to your left hand side. So we're going to click on that. And it will take your images away if something else is on them that they feel, I guess, shouldn't be, or it will leave it as is. So this time, these images are still left as is, so there was nothing really to do to them. So let's go on. I could even go back to the original page because it was really nothing for them to do. So now I'm going to hit apply. Once I hit apply, it's going to take me into my design space after I pick the layer. So the layer I don't want multiple layers because that's for separated by colors. I don't want single layers because that comes out as a silhouette block or a one color image. So we're doing print to cut. So I need the flat graphics. So we're going to click on flat graphics. And then we're going to hit continue. So now we're here. You can either name your images here or you can wait for a later time. Make sure you choose the correct cutting device that you have. Mine is a Cricut Maker, and for some reason it defaults to Explorer all the time. So I'm constantly having to change it to Cricut Maker. So make sure that is correct or you will not be able to print. It will not let you do anything without your right device being turned on. So, okay, now that we have that resolved, I am going to go ahead and hit upload at the bottom right corner, and it will take me into my design space. Once the images are in the design space, they like to bring up their own images for you to use if you wanted to. They bring up different football pictures. Now they bring up all kind of little things for you to use that's out of their space. But we're not going to do that because I picked the images that I want to use. So we're going to go ahead and just close this with the little arrow tab. Now, as you can see, when you bring the images from from Canva, sometimes your image might be too large for Cricut Design Space, because Cricut Design Space only holds, not hold, but the word should be, the sizing is only from like 9.25 inches to like 6 or 7 inches. So we have to size down with our image. So it tells me on the right hand side, print then cut, but I get this red exclamation. This red exclamation is what lets you know that your image is out of range for the size. So we're going to just come to the point on the image here, and we will just size down until the red goes away. And we can see that from the right hand corner over there where the print and cut is. So we're just going to take it down till it goes away. You will get a, okay, that's still too big. Take it down some more. Take it down some more. Take it down. So this is just in the zone. You might get a yellow yield sign, which means that they think the resolution isn't good enough on the images. So they will tell you, but for me, the resolution is fine. It is fine for what I'm doing. So I'm going to keep my resolution as is. I'm okay with it. So I'm going to open the sizing lock, and I'm just going to click back on it once I click on my design, and I'm going to lock that size in, which is 6.99 inches in the width and 9.416 in the height. So once that's done, we're going to go back to upload and grab the next image. And then we're going to go to upload image again to browse. And then now our downloads are open, so it makes it easier. We're just going to click which one image we want, and then we're going to click open, and it's going to upload into our Cricut space. These are the images this time, so I'm going to go ahead and hit continue, and it brings us back to our background remover. We're going to remove background, and like I said, sometimes your image might disappear. See, like this one. This is a good example. It actually chopped the image to where you don't see some of the image. So that gives you a chance to say, hey, I'm going to revert it back. So we're just going to click the back arrow, and there is the image that I want. So I'm not going to make any changes. So I'm going to go ahead and just hit apply and continue. Then again, this is where it brings us back to convert to the different layers. You have multiple layers, single layer, and then you have the flat graphic. Flat graphic is what we want for what we're trying to do. So we're going to hit flat graphic, continue. We do not want that out right now. And that's not what I said. So we got to go back, because that is not what I said. It gave me multiple layers, and I did not say that. We said flat graphic. There we go. So this is what we want, flat graphic. Then it brings us back to the image detail section where you can name your image. You could put a tag on it. So I don't fool with any of that here, because at the end it will ask you, do you want to save it, and you can name it there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit upload. Once I hit upload, it will go into the design space. Again, this image is super large, as you can see. So we're going to just bring it down to make it fit, because it is super large. So we're just going to bring it on down. So it can fit. So that's too big. It's too big. You just take it down from the corner. All right, so that's a good size. It's letting me do it. So we're just gonna drop it below the top one. We're gonna open up the lock at the very top under the size, which is the width and height. Then we're gonna lock that size in that they gave us to say it's okay. Now we're going to go back and grab our last image. Again, they will offer you to add some of their images while you are designing your stuff. So they'll keep pulling up stuff. You just hit the little arrow on the left side near your grafting grid and close it out. So there you go. Now we're going to go to the bottom left again, back to upload. Once you get to upload, you're going to hit upload images at the top on the left hand side. Then you're going to go to browse your computer. Wherever you save the image, you will pull it up. So this is the last image that I'm using for the sticker. So I'm going to click on it, hit open. It's going to populate into the design space. Once it's in my design space, I can go ahead and hit continue. And again, with this particular designs, I already know that it will take some of the imaging away, but I'm going to show you the example I was talking about. So all these are full pictures, but when I hit remove background, it will take some things away. Okay, you see half of my images are gone and destroyed. So that's not what we want. So we're going to just hit the back button and it brings my images right back into the space where I want them. So now we're going to go ahead and hit apply and continue. And again, here is where you have multiple layers where you can create up to 9 layers separated by colors, which I'm not doing that. And you have the single layer, which is one color image or a silhouette. That's the middle option. But what we're using is the flat graphic. It creates a single layer, full color images for print, then cut objects. So this is what we need because we're going to print it on the regular computer. Inkjet computer, that is. So hit continue. That's the wrong one. Sorry about that. I got to go back. Accidentally hit multi-layer. We need flat graphic. Highlight flat graphic by clicking on it. Hit continue. Then you're in the space where you can name it here or you can wait, which again, I usually wait to name it. Hit upload and it's going to take it into my design space. Once I'm in my design space, I can go ahead and downsize this image because it is way too large. So again, the red exclamation mark will highlight over here where your print then cut images are. So you can see each image one by one, each page. So you see the red exclamation point, then you know your image is too large for this software. So we're going to downsize it and bring it up a little bit. I didn't mean to turn it. And we're going to take it down until it is out of the red zone. Now we have a yield sign on all 3 images because the yield signs represent low imaging with poor resolution. But I am again okay with that because it is going on a sticker and these colors is what I want. So I see them very clear and very well, but according to the program, it's saying it's not a good image, all right? So, okay, so now we have all of our images, as you can see. I'm just going to bring this one up. And then I'm going to bring this one up. So we have 3 pages. Bring this one up. Okay. And now, so we have all of our images. I'm going to close this out because we are not using any of these things on the side here. So I'm going to close it out. So we have all of our images in our workspace. So we can go ahead. We can go ahead now to make it. So I have plugged up the machine and I have the printer ready to go. So first we're going to hit make. Now this is where you save your project. Like I was telling you, it will ask you, you have the option not to save it or you can save it. So I'm going to save it. So I'm just going to title this Raider Stickers Montez. I have 6 grandchildren, so I'm making these trays for the 5 youngest, which is ages 3 months, 2 years old, 5 years old, and 8. And 9 months old. So that's what these are being made for. So, okay. Now, we have our first images in. And they show you on the mat what it will look like. You can see if it's going to be out of the line, if you have it in the right zone, the cuttable area, or what have you. So everything to me looks pretty good here. So I'm going to hit it. You do not have to flip your images at all. You can leave your images as is. You do not have to flip them. So I am going to just hit continue. Then it's going to bring me to the print, then cut mode, send to printer. Everything is in there. So I am going to hit next. Then it should bring up my printer. You take off your bleed. You do not need add bleed when you are doing the sticker. So I'm going to take add bleed off. And then let me just make sure that we have everything. The paper should be in the printer. So I'm just going to double check because I used it earlier for another project. So stay tuned. I'll be right back.